What's up, YouTube? So we're back today with another training video. This is the off-season series, Operation 300. We got a push day today, so it seems like every time I'm filming it's landing on push, but we'll get a leg day or a back day in here sometime soon. Today we're doing a little bit more chest focus, so I'll take you guys through the movement, or the workout movement by movement, give you little tips, tricks, cues as I kind of move through things. But where we're currently sitting right now, just approaching 5 weeks into this actual off season, body weight is holding in that 285 to 290 range, up around mid 290s at night before bed. So the goal still remains, it's get to 300, hold it for a little while, and then once we're there, we pick the pro debut. So just focused on training my ass off, getting big, eating, sleeping, recovering, just the monotonous bullshit of the off season. So that's what we're gonna get into today. Like I said, I'll take you through each movement as we go through. So stay tuned and let's get after it. I started this cable lateral. Alright, so we'll do a few warm-up sets here, and then get into like 2 or 3 actual hard working sets. Just trying to get blood in the shoulder, generally this whole like upper region, before we move into the heavier shit, some compound stuff. So I'm just gonna build and build and build. Once I feel ready to go, I said 2 to 3 hard sets, and then we rock. Next set, first work set coming up. Biggest thing to pick up when you're doing lateral raises is understanding muscle function. Understanding what the side delt actually does. Okay, so when you're sitting in position, the focus is to just move that upper arm away from the midline of the body. As long as you're doing that, and you're lining up the target muscle with the line of force, right? So this cable is pulling this direction across my body. I can directly feel tension on the side of my shoulder. As I raise, I need to keep that side delt leading. If I open up like this, it's going to transfer to the front delt. If I lean back like this, same thing, a little rear delt assistance. As long as I'm moving this upper arm away from the middle of my body, that side delt stays on top, right, lining up with that cable, there's no way I'm not getting symptoms there. So sometimes people focus, if you will, on like being so perfect and feeling everything so much. There's going to be days when you feel things more, feel things less. It's just the name of the game. But if your execution is locked in, and mechanically you're in the right position, right? There is no way, just from a science standpoint, biomechanics standpoint, that muscle that you're targeting is not working that way. Just remember that you don't need to be so cute all the fucking time. Just make sure you're doing shit right and then get aggressive. Fucking best in the best nigga out. When I get home, the best in the south. When I'm in the lay on the best in the west, you can test, you can test, you can test. I'm a stress nigga. They go for all y'all if I got the mistake. For everybody on my test to complete, make sure you're the best in the
if she get on the deadline, I had a good place, so I'm back at the spot. She get pit off the cliff. These niggas be something, be fucked about. I'm solid and stand on the cliff. I told you, shit back. Got that ball like a wet. Let's take a swim in that lake. That's what I'm doing, I'm going out of shape. And I'm trying to turn up the face. I'm smoking the grave. I wake up all I want is a day. I got really bad on the way. Don't you got me saying I'm on the way. Oh!
I'll get some flies in now, and then we get to some heavy fucking presses. Fun shit. So a couple tips when you guys, if you either have aches and pains and shit in your joints, or you struggle to connect with a bigger muscle group when you do heavy compound lifts, like an incline barbell press or a bent over row or squat, I do recommend starting with a single joint isolation exercise just to drive blood into that area. And most importantly, everyone talks about mind muscle connection, but being able to turn on that neurological signaling from your brain to the actual muscle you're targeting. So you don't need to kill yourself here. I'll probably will, but you don't have to. The goal is just to build that connection in the target muscle so that when you go and you lift heavy, you've got a lot of weight on that fucking bar, you don't have to think so much about squeezing and connecting with your chest. You can just perform it from a mechanical standpoint well, and then just get really fucking aggressive. That's the thing. If you want to get big, nobody got big lifting cute, bro. You can't be cute in the gym if you want to build a lot of muscle. You have to get aggressive under a lot of weight. Now what that number is, what heavy is relative to you. But if you want to come in here and train like a fucking snail and stretch and squeeze your way through every single workout you do, I guarantee you will stay small. I promise you that. So find ways to learn how to lift heavy safely and actually using the target muscle that you're trying to train. And starting with an isolation single joint movement like this is a good way, like I said, neurologically build that connection. So when you're under 3, 4, 5 plates, the barbell, or heavy dumbbells or machine, whatever it is, you don't have to necessarily think so much. It just fires a lot easier. So, I talked a little bit when we did a lateral raise about understanding muscle function, and you guys will hear me talk about this a lot because I think it's really, really important. I think if you can understand what each muscle actually does, you can train it more effectively without having to worry so much about being perfect. So, it's almost the opposite of the side delt. The pec, the primary function of the pec is adducting your humerus. So bringing that upper arm to the middle of your body, right? You'll notice if you do a fly, and your elbow, your upper arm stays out here, your hand comes in, you get very little pec engagement. If you drive that elbow in a twist, you'll notice the pec starts to pop, right? That's because that's what actually the pec is acting on, that nearest joint, that shoulder, moving that upper arm to the middle of the body. So sometimes you'll hear people when you're doing a fly, you'll hear people say the cue, or give the cue, hug the tree, which I think is fucking retarded. Because hugging a tree does nothing for your chest. What you really want to think about is trying to touch your elbows together, right? Or drive your biceps together while keeping your chest in front of your shoulders. So if I'm here, right, I'm doing a fly, my chest finishes here where it's in front of my shoulder versus here where I'm rounded trying to hug a tree, right? Your hands, your wrists, this whole part of your arm here, the forearm, it's literally just a placeholder to hold the load. Everything works from here in, right? That's why there's even fly machines that just have that upper arm piece, so you can just move this in, because it does the same fucking thing. So remember, when you're training, train with intensity. Don't be too cute, like I always say, but don't be mindless either. Know what the fuck you're doing, and know where you're actually, what you actually have to do to elicit the response you're trying to get. about nutrition. Don't sleep on it. I got 55 grams of carbs in here, 10 grams of glutamine, 15 grams of EAAs, and a scoop of lactate, which is creatine, taurine, and glycerol. So if you want, honestly, if you're not doing this shit, you're just a fucking idiot and wasting your time in the gym. It's not that hard. It tastes good too. So if you want to get better pumps and be stronger and have longer, better workouts, then just fucking drink this stuff.
I suck up the pain and I kept going. Whole world know my name, it's my red stone. Hands up, baby. Running up the stairs on the tower. Running up these stairs on the tower. If I got the gym, I need to fight with you. Me and Harry about to go psycho. Let's go.
Ready? 3, 2, 1. Yeah. Alright, so we got through the first heavy compound we're going to do, the incline barbell press. I was able to move 4 plates for like, I think it was 9-ish with a spot. I backed off with 335 for 13, I think it was. So I'm not mad about those numbers or the execution. Everything felt really good. My shoulders felt good, joints felt good. Like I said, because of the work I did on the flies before, I mean, it was all in my chest. So I had a good pump going now. We're going to move to a little more of a stable compound now. So this new tech, like neutral grip, like 3/4 press is fucking smooth. It converges. So like I told you guys about, you know, driving that upper arm to the middle of your body when you're training your chest. This does that perfectly. So it's really good stable exercise. I can load heavy. And then when we go on to finish with a little bit of triceps and some arms at the end, this does hit your triceps a good amount as well too. So it's kind of 2 in 1 as we transition to the arm portion of the workout. So I like finishing with this. We'll get in a same kind of deal, a couple warm-up sets, 2 hard sets, and we'll move from there. Okay, so we finished up the chest portion of this workout. We got 2 hard sets in on that converging press, so my chest is fucking smoked. A good rule of thumb, when you're trying to figure out your volume per session, and like what your limit is, I usually tell people once you start having a tough time just being able to contract the muscle, that's usually when you know you're done. Anything past that point is probably just junk volume, and I'm at that point right now where my chest is shot, even with no weight in my hands. Just trying to contract my chest is hard to do, and it fucking hurts. So we're gonna finish with 1 more lateral move and probably a face pull just to get a little rear delt in, and then a quick superset for arms. This does some touch-up work. This isn't my arm day. I do have a designated arm day as well, but I like to touch arms a few times throughout the week. Smaller muscle muscle group. Just keep filling them with blood to keep them fuller. So we'll do that to finish, and then wrap up with a little bit of posing as always. So that's what the rest of the session looks like, so we'll get into this now. All right, guys, so that's a wrap. It's a push session, a little bit of posing at the end. So we did lateral raise, pec fly, a couple different compounds, then finished with some touch-up work for shoulders and arms as well. So always practice your posing, even in your off-season too. You don't want to be, fighting to get that shit back at the last minute when your energy's low in prep. So I always try to pose year-round. Even though it's not pretty in the off season, it's still necessary. So I hope you guys liked the video. If you do, please leave a comment, like, subscribe to the channel. It goes a long, long way for me. It helps me know that people actually give a shit about what I'm doing. It makes me want to do more of this stuff. If there's anything specific you guys want to see, I know the bodybuilding stuff is repetitive. It's the name of the game. It's training, it's food. But if there's anything specific you guys want to know about me, I'm an open book, I'm transparent. So comment below or shoot me a message on Instagram at Luke_Pritchard. Shout out my guy Caleb behind the camera, and shout out all my sponsors, Condemn Labs, doing a lot this year. Pro Elite Peptides, Crystal's Bikinis, and Jet North as well. Appreciate all you guys for supporting me. So stay tuned for more to come. And if, like I said, anything you guys want to know or see from me, drop in the comments below. Peace.